Vegan Men's Lifestyle Podcast, episode number 1, Introduction to the Show.
Welcome to the Vegan Men's Lifestyle.com podcast. Your weekly vegan motivation recharge, fitness, nutrition, women, relationships, business, travel, and more. Listen up. Your host.
Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Vegan Men's Lifestyle Podcast. Whoa, how's it going? So, today we're going to keep it short and sweet. It's just going to be an introduction to the show, what you can expect from the show, a little bit about who I am, why you should keep listening, what you're going to get from it, what I'm going to get from it, and basically all that good stuff. So who am I? Who is this guy with the funny accent speaking into your ears? Well, my name is Darren Hourigan. I'm from the Republic of Ireland. I'm an alcoholic. Just kidding. Plenty of chances for that to happen here though. And I have created the website veganmenslifestyle.com and the Facebook group by the same name. And I decided that the podcast would complement those nicely. Been a vegetarian since 2012, on-off vegan vegetarian for a few years after that. Went fully vegan for a while, fell off the wagon a couple of times. Been more or less vegan the last few years, and I can honestly say it's changed my outlook on life, and good things have happened since then. Being from the Republic of Ireland, the south of Ireland, it's a meat-heavy diet. So if I can change it, anyone can change it basically. That is why I am optimistic for the future. That is why I see this movement being so big. That is why I see there is so much room to join this movement, to make a business from your passion in it. It's not going anywhere. It's just getting bigger by the day. But why a podcast as opposed to a YouTube channel or something like that? Well, I'm a big fan of podcasts. I regularly download them. I like to get them onto my mobile phone, get out of the house, get some fresh air and listen to a couple episodes every week. It's something to look forward to. Listening on the way to work on a Monday morning, something like that. As you can probably hear, I have a pretty deep voice. That's probably from years of smoking cigarettes, which I also gave up in 2012. So I guess positives do come out of negatives. A few women in the past have told me I've got a face for the radio. That's actually a joke in Ireland. It means you're ugly. I'm not ugly, but I have a voice for the radio, I guess. Also, a podcast is a great way to interview people, voice to voice. You can get some different content that sometimes you can't get out of video. And I'm not just a fitness guy or nutrition guy. I like all aspects of it. YouTube is amazing. There's some great content out there, especially these days. I have dabbled with it. I may go back to YouTube in the future from a different angle. So that explains why I chose a podcast as the platform to deliver this. But why create anything at all? Well, we all don't live in California. We all don't have that luxury. I mean, it's the perfect place for a guy to be vegan. You've got all the different varieties of mock meats. You've got so many people that are vegan. You can just meet people, you can date people, you can have friends that are vegan. There's so many restaurants. I'm from the south of Ireland. You just don't have that here. So I wanted to create a platform for guys who do live in countries like my country, where you might be severely in the minority and you might be feeling lonely. You might just want to connect with other guys who are going through the same stuff as you. It's also for California guys who want to listen in. They're going to get some value out of it too. Also, there's a lot of misconceptions about being a vegan, and it gets a bad reputation. Some of it deservedly. I mean, there's a lot of extreme people out there. I can understand why. I mean, it's a passionate subject, and it's volatile. So I think that having a platform like this will create a bit of a foundation for guys, whether they're thinking about going vegan or whether they're some way along the journey. A bit of support, bit of guidance, learn from each other. Some people might say that, well, Darren, you say that we're extreme. Well, we believe that killing animals is extreme. And you know what? I 100% agree with that. But there are many faces of activism. It's very motivating to see people doing activism outside, maybe meat meat factories and stuff like that. I applaud them. I am very proud of that. But it's not for everybody, nor can everybody get involved with that. I mean, if I was to do that here in rural Ireland, outside of Dublin, I'd be standing outside those places alone. There are small groups, but as I said, there are many ways to skin a cat. No vegan pun intended. Awkward. I do see how far the activism has gotten the movement, and it's done amazing things to raise awareness. I mean, I could probably attribute the fact that I'm vegan to watching those videos on YouTube and stuff like that, as well as other documentaries about health. But I do see the positives that have come about it. I just do also think that it can be a little bit of finger pointing going on. I mean, I know a lot of farmers. I live in rural Ireland. I grew up near farms. Fundamentally, people are not bad just because they eat meat. Just because they have to work in factory farms and stuff like that to feed their families, they shouldn't be ridiculed. They shouldn't be singled out. You can't just say to people that they're bad just because they're trying to make a living. There's too many variables involved. It is complex, but I'm not saying that all activists are finger pointers. There are some very respectful activists out there, especially on YouTube, doing a great job. Hopefully I'll have them on the show at some stage and we'll have more serious episodes. Speaking of episodes, what are we going to be talking about weekly and how is the show going to be structured? Well, first off, I'm going to aim for weekly episodes. That won't be feasible at the beginning. I am running another business, which is my primary source of income at the moment. But eventually, when we get up to speed, we'll get it out weekly. Now, it will not always be me, because I will be interviewing successful people relevant to the episode title and topic, sharing their secrets to success with you and myself. I am aiming for 35 minutes to 40 minutes per episode. I think that is a perfect time. From past experience, I find that is the perfect length of an episode. It doesn't eat into your week too much. We all have jobs, we all have families. You can't be listening to 2-hour podcast episodes every week. I find that if you want something to become a habit, it has to be manageable and it has to be able to fit into your life. The interview episodes, they tend to go on longer because we really get deep into some things, but I will edit them down to the golden nuggets, down to the 35-40 minute mark. So what type of episodes can you expect from the podcast in the future? Well, we are going to be covering all areas of a vegan men's lifestyle. So that goes from everything to fitness, nutrition, relationships, finance, business, entrepreneurialism, travel, freedom, ethics, living graciously, living with gratitude, breathing, meditation, everything you can think of and more. And I look forward to hearing your ideas of who you would like me to interview, what you would like me to talk about. We will also be covering dating. I will be showing you how to meet that nice, sexy little independent vegan chick that you probably have your eye on. You just don't know how to meet her. I'm not talking about women that are in clubs and pubs and on Tinder and stuff like that. Not to say that there's anything bad with them. That's going to be an episode in itself. That'll probably be a series of episodes. We will be talking about the dynamics of your family and how to deal with their comments, how to deal with the dumbass questions in work from colleagues, the protein jokes, although some of them are fairly good these days. How do you know a vegan is a vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you straight away. That stings, I bet. They never go away. The jokes are always there. And we'll be talking about how to deal with it. And many, many other things that men face on a daily basis. Not just vegan men, men in general. That's what we are. We're normal. We're not different. That's the direction I want to take it. And why is this podcast for men? Well, it doesn't have to be. If you're a lady listening to this, you are more than welcome to listen to this. It's just I created it as, think of like a magazine. Women's magazines, men's magazines. I just decided to create it for men because I am a man and I know what it means to be a man and what we have to deal with. If I can provide any value to women along the way with an episode or two, I will. It is nothing to do with sexism or anything like that. It's just the direction we've taken it. Also, there seems to be a lot of resources for vegan women online. And another thing is 80% of the vegan population are women. I'm sure that fluctuates from country to country. Numbers are good, guys. Numbers are pretty good for us right now. It won't always be like that, hopefully. But that's another reason why I created it for men. We don't have the resources. We do have a few women in the Facebook group, and I'm sure there's a lot of women listening to the podcast if they've seen it on the iTunes library and so forth. As I said, more than welcome to listen. If you're a guy in this group, you're a guy who's not afraid to step out of his comfort zone. You're a guy who's interested in bettering himself. Women like those type of guys. Women like those type of guys that are not afraid to get out of their comfort zone, to learn, to grow, to go against what society says about eating meat equals muscles and all that BS. Even though those guys know that they might get ridiculed, they will be the minority. They still do it. They have the balls to do it. That is a very sexy trait to a woman. Speaking of BS, we're going to be delving into the statements that get thrown around online about is soy bad, is meat good, all this stuff. I'm not anti-meat. I'm not saying meat is bad for you. I'm not saying you can't grow muscles on a meat diet. Of course you can. But I just want to get down to the bottom. I want to get to the answers if there's an alternative. I'm pretty sure there is, but you can't know for sure. That's why I want to get the experts on to give us a clearer vision if we're moving forward in the right direction or not. So I guess my vision or my dream for the podcast would be eventually to have a huge group of amazing guys listening, sharing information, connecting with like-minded guys all around the world, going visiting each other in different cities, just exchanging information, getting to the truth. And also, ideally, I would like you guys to be downloading this, getting out of the house every week. Let's say it's on a Friday, you have a routine, you get it on your mobile, you get out of the house, you go walking for 35-45 minutes, bit of fresh air, bit of nature, bit of Darren speaking in your ears, and just get out of the house. Don't be juggling this with social media and stuff like that. Even listen to the podcast, and then keep walking. Just listen to nothing then. There's so much stuff, there's so much media going on these days, it's hard. So that would be my ideal situation. Eventually, if I was really allowed to dream, I would have a couple of conventions per year, different cities around the world, so that all guys could connect. I would have speakers on, I would have amazing food. The speakers would be speaking about all the good stuff: nutrition, fitness, dating, relationships, fear, limiting beliefs, futurism, aliens, everything I like talking about basically down the pub when I'm having a beer with my friends. Basically, that's what I want to create. An online platform, a virtual pub of sorts, an Irish pub. But just so happens we're all conscious vegan men wanting to do better things with our lives. Open, understanding, etc., etc. And speaking of dreams, we're going to try and keep it as cringy free as possible. Cringe free, is that the right word? So we are going to have episodes about meditation and stuff, of course. That is an important part of growth, I think, and it does help. But with the, we're going to go easy on the hippie stuff. We're going to keep it as normal as possible, yet as interesting as possible. Now, there are going to be some crazy episodes. I mean, I do tend to get a little bit crazy when it comes to like extraterrestrial life. I mean, why not? Why not get into that stuff? If guys want to hear and talk about it and learn about it, let's get into it. But as far as the vegan kind of cringiness stuff, we'll keep it to a minimum. As I said, I wanted to be a normal group of dudes. But let's see how long that lasts. We might get crazy. So guys, if you enjoyed listening to this, go ahead and download episode number 2. It should already be up and waiting. You listen to it now or next week, get into that routine. Next episode, I will be interviewing Leo Venus. Now, I have already got the interview done. It was amazing. We talked about fitness, we talked about nutrition, we talked about social dynamics, girlfriends, we talked about the future of the planet. This guy is a brain box, this guy is a beast, and this guy is a gentleman. Definitely check out his YouTube channel. You'll get some great information. They're very scientific. Please do join the Facebook group. Just type in Vegan Men's Lifestyle on Facebook. Make sure to click groups and then join. We'll add you on. Have a chat, kick the tires a little bit, interact, or else just sit down and relax and watch. And please do leave a rating on iTunes, whether it was good or bad, guys. That's one thing I want from the beginning right now, is total transparency. If you ever feel that I'm not being transparent or that I'm holding back a little bit, I expect you guys to call me out. You can do that on the Facebook group, or you can go to the website, join the mailing list, and just email me directly. I am very open to feedback, and even if you have ideas of where we could take this, episode ideas, etc., etc. So guys, that concludes the first episode. We got through it. I was stepping outside of my comfort zone. It won't be the last time. You're going to be doing it too, whether you like it or not. Unfortunately, that is where the sweet spot of life lies. It's just outside the comfort zone, and it gets sweeter and sweeter. Once again, guys, thanks for joining me. Looking forward to sharing some great quality content in the future, and let's see where we can grow and take this. See you next week.